Alright, so today I'm going to tell you why physical damage, at this point in the current status of the game, it's the best damage you can do. I'm not taking into effect knockback because knockback is just overpowered anyway. I'm talking in regards to physical or magical. And there is a reason why physical is better. And we're going to test buff stacking. If you like this video, hit the sub button, hit the like button, hit that bell dingy thing so you know when I post a video. Let's go, baby. Alright, I already know the results of all these testing because I've done it for a while today anyway, but I'm going to show it on video. If you already beat the main story on normal and you're going through the story again on the harder level, I'm going to show you a battle tip that will help you push through the hard stages. When you're trying to push through and you're trying to see what the best thing is to do, to hopefully clear all the enemies before you die, you got to test in stages. You're going to want to see if like an attack buff will help you one-shot a boss, or if you need to do more chain damage before you hit wiggle up. For example, I don't even care about the other three. I'm just going to go in attack buff, crit rate buff, and then do wiggles explosion and see how much damage I do to the boss. Because if I one-shot the boss, then I can plan the other strategy accordingly, right? But we see what happens, the boss does not die. So the pause button is your friend. Retry, 100 gold, yes. So now that I see that, maybe I'll want to throw a cry defense break in before this happens. Get a defense break on the boss and then do wiggle and see what happens. Cry will apply 2 chain damage and defense down, which will help wiggle. I'm going to slow it down a little bit and just watch cry because I want to watch the damage here too. So 1492, 1597. And then I'm going to do that bam. So now I know all I need is cry and wiggle there to blow up the boss. And then what I can do is I know what is left here. So I'm going to retry one more time and get everything lined up accordingly that I know is going to blow up the boss and kill as many enemies as possible. So now that I have that set up, I'm just going to go ahead and kill all of these monsters. Hopefully, I might have one left, but we're going to see. Let's speed this up a little bit. ×1 is super duper slow. I can't imagine why anybody would want to watch it on ×1. It's kind of ridiculous. Alright, so we got one left. Perfect. But before this stage, I want to showcase something that you may not know. So what I want to show you is buff stacking. Does it work? Does it not? We're going to find out. Physical damage is so huge in this game, and that is because of Jaydens, a 3-star unit who buffs attack by 70% plus gives crit rate by 30%. Getting a 30% crit rate buff in the beginning of the game is huge because we don't have the gear to raise our crit rate. Now the current problem with the characters that are in the game is no one else gives a buff like this, especially to magic users. The only closest one is Samay, where Samay will give a magic attack of 50% without the crit rate obviously. But she also gives attack 50% too. So the amount of choices out there to raise the attack percent is a lot better, especially when Jaydens, a 3-star unit, very easy to build, can do crit rate as well. And it's a bigger buff. But a question is that can these 2 buffs stack? Let's do 3 quick tests. Let's check Cry's damage, which is 372 without an attack buff, anything like that. Now we will buff Cry with attack percent and crit rate. Let's hopefully not crit because all I want to see is the attack buff. So what does 70% attack do for Cry? Alright, here's the buff. Let's hopefully not crit. Here we go, 632. Now if I use Jaydens' buff and I use Samay's buff and then do a basic attack with Cry, what will the damage be? Will it be more than 632? Alright, the moment of truth. Jaydens buff, and then the Samay buff, and Cry, please do not crit. Dang it! Alright, let's try this again. Jaydens buff. We got the Samay buff. Cry, do not crit. 818. So that means that these buffs do stack. That is huge, especially at the SP cost of the 2. As long as your 3 other damage dealers have 12 SP total, you can pretty much clear the map. So now you know buffs do stack. You may not even need to do it because you can just retry the stage. Maybe you can throw out some more damage instead of buffing. But at least you now know that they do stack. At least confirmed. And sometimes just doing a double buff will help you clear the board so that you can move on to the next stage. But the reason why physical attackers are kind of meta right now is because of Jaydens. She's just easy to build, 70% attack with that crit rate. It also lasts 6 rounds, which is 3 turns for you. But there's no one else in the game that does buffs of attack or magic. Samay is harder to get as she's a 4-star hero and it's a second costume. Jaydens is just so easy to get. Easy to max costume. There's just no one in the game like her. Hopefully they bring out more magic attack buffers. Like a 3-star one that could be decent to kind of be equivalent to Jaydens. It doesn't even have to be like magic attack and crit rate. It could be like buff your whole team with magic attack and attack the AoE other team with magic resist or whatever. But this is the reason why physical attack is so important early game. But don't get me wrong, I don't think physical attack is really the most OP thing in this game. The most OP thing in this game is knockback. Especially the ones that have skills that do over 125% of max HP to the impacted target. I love it personally. This is why Therese is a top 5-star monster, but that's a whole different video. We're also going to test one more thing real quick, and this is in regarding to Emma. Can we stack Jaydens buff, Samay buff, and Emma's buff to do crazy damage? We gonna find out. First, we gotta see how much damage we actually do. My Emma's super low right now, but don't mind that. 152 damage. We're just trying to test and see if these stacks, okay? I'm building my Emma. I don't have any slimes. I don't have any XP. Let's buff with Samay first so that crit rate buff isn't there yet. 50% attack on Emma. Let's see how much more damage she does. There's the buff and then bam, 228. Alright, this will be with the Jaydens attack buff and the Samay buff. Alright, let's start out Jaydens buff and then the Samay buff and then see what Emma does with damage. Slow it down here and then don't crit. 336, no crit. Alright, so I already did Jaydens buff and I already did the Emma buff. As you see here, she has attack boost and attack boost. Now, I would think that this third attack boost does stack too if I get a third attack buff. It's a different stage, but it's the same monster, no buffs. So let's buff Sam A and see what this Emma damage is. Let's slow it down. No crit, please. 1099. This means that you can multi-stack buffs and not just double stack, like triple stack. So in the future when more monsters come out, I bet you could throw out some crazy wombo combos. That's it for today's video. Just wanted to showcase that you can multi-stack buffs and why physical damage is so strong. If you end up liking this video, sub, like, ding-a-dingy bell. I'll see you in the next one. Peace!